I'm a little rocky, but
okay, you feeling rocky? That's what's up.
Yeah, we're going to get through.
Thank y'all for tuning to Billionaire Radio because we know the billions are near. I'm your host, Big Arm. It's my co-host, starring Lateef Billions. The show that make you laugh, make you mad. And, of course, we are the infamous Troll Brothers doing what we do best. Thank y'all for tuning in. Today's show is sponsored by an outfit for you. It's a family of brands. Outfit of you. Outfit for you, should I say. Outfit for you. If you want your business to be done right, fashion, sports, entertainment, these are the guys for you. They have 17 shows, including all the NCIS shows. They wardrobe style all those shows. They're also behind the show SWAT, all the shows as far as wardrobe styling. And they also take care of a lot of your brands, fashion, from Hilfiger to Steve Madden and Ralph Lauren. And, of course, they also did the infamous Sean John. So we want to thank anoutfitforyou.com, and that's Michael Keenan doing what he does best. And on that note, Lateef, baby. Lateef Billions, baby.
Yeah, let's get it popping, man. Let's get it popping.
Hey, what I tell you about this NBA situation, though?
Yeah, man.
What I tell you about the NBA situation?
I already knew what Milwaukee was going to do. I wasn't worried about that.
I don't believe either team should be in the finals, though.
I wouldn't say that.
Why wouldn't you say that?
I think the Suns deserve to be there.
I don't think the Suns would be there had Kawhi Leonard played.
Oh, man, that's a bunch of ifs.
No, it's not an if. It's a fact.
Okay.
It's a fact. Okay. Kawhi Leonard was out. He wouldn't even been there.
You got to make it happen first, bro. You got to make it happen first. That's like having a crystal ball, you know what I mean? Predicting the future. It got to actually happen.
All right. We'll give you that.
Yeah.
So who you got, Suns or Milwaukee?
I'm going with the Suns.
I don't care about neither, but I guess we got to pick one.
I'm going with the Suns.
I don't think the Suns are going to be able to touch Milwaukee.
Oh, man.
You got Game 7 or Game 6?
I got the Suns in 5.
Woo! Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. It's definitely going to be a good one.
They can't, I don't, listen, if they listen to the commentators, if they listen to the outsiders and they take that team lightly,
right,
they're going to have a rude awakening, good brother. A real rude awakening.
I don't think they're going to take the team lightly. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a tight game, but I don't think they're going to be there because if you think about it, the Suns wasn't supposed to be there, in my opinion. So, in Milwaukee,
right,
had the Sixers had closed out like they should have been, everything would have been different. So, there's a lot of ifs. I can't keep saying ifs. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But
I mean, because I think Kawhi was there when they got knocked off by Jimmy Butler and them, right? When they got knocked off by that, what was they, an 8th seed or something like that?
You talking about when the Sixers?
No, I'm talking about last season when they was supposed to be doing their thing, and they got embarrassed. Matter of fact,
I can't recall last
Utah.
season.
It wasn't Utah.
I can't recall last season.
It was Denver.
I can't recall last season.
Yeah.
So I can't tell you nothing about last season.
They got swept by that. No, they won one game. So, yeah, 5-1. 4-1. 4-1.
4-1?
Yeah. They only won one game, bro.
I can't think about nothing about last season, though. That's just, my brain don't work that way. I'm future forward. I can't think about what happened.
I feel you.
I have no clue.
But I got the Suns, man. I think they more athletic, and they got shooters, and I think they more hungry than me.
All right. So since we're on sports,
Chris Paul,
right?
They'll be all right. It's gonna be a good series. Only thing,
I want you to get it all out.
All right. Only thing messing this series up is the injury to the Bull.
Who?
They center. Like if he ain't get injured, it would be a different series.
Was that an if you just told me when you said I couldn't say if when I said if? You just give me an if? You said I couldn't say if, but you said if.
Yo, man.
You said if the Bull center, and I said if Kawhi Leonard, and you said it's a whole lot of ifs.
Katempo, whatever his name is. I can't even pronounce his name, bro. But, yeah, if he ain't get injured, it would have been I would say it would have been a good series. But I don't think Milwaukee got a chance now.
Milwaukee have a chance?
Nah.
Okay, all right. They don't have a chance.
That ain't Atlanta, bro. That ain't Atlanta. The Suns is not Atlanta.
Okay.
It's a whole different monster.
All right. So you got the Suns.
Yeah, I got the Suns.
Did you get everything out? You want to talk about the Suns and everything? You get it all
That's
out?
Suns in 5.
Suns in 5.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. It's fake prediction. Suns in 5.
Suns in 5.
All right. So here we go. So since we're on sports, we talked a little bit about briefly the hottest thing right now going on, the most popular thing in sports right now. We're talking about Sha'carri Richardson testing positive for marijuana. And they're saying, you know what? Because she tested positive for marijuana, she will not be able to run in the Olympics for the 100-meter dash. So we know that gold medal is probably not going to happen. But do you agree with her not being able to participate? And why not? And why so?
Listen, on that matter, I'm kind of biased. I just think that if you're an American, America should have been able to, step in and do something about that, But I guess it's the rules, and that's the way they got the committees and all that. And I know it's nationwide. It's the Olympics. But, we always got our hands into something. So I figured they could have just American that thing up and let her run. You know what I'm saying? Because she would have smoked whoever they put on the track with her. There wasn't no doubt about that. They was getting smoked.
So do you agree with her being
no pun intended.
Suspended?
No, I don't agree with it. But she ain't the first athlete to get suspended for breaking the rules. And she admitted to it. Be the excuse that how she found out the way her mother passed. It's understandable, but you're in the profession, you're in the Olympics, you know the rules. I just think she should have been a little stronger than that.
And did you hear about the boycott that the boy Steven Jackson called for?
Boycott what?
He said if they don't let Sha'carri Richardson run, then they should boycott the Olympics.
Oh, wow.
I think that's extreme.
Now we getting deep.
Right. You want to boycott because now here's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
She screwed up. Let me just call it that. She
Right.
screwed up. We're not
Right.
going to pad this. She screwed up.
Right.
Being that she screwed up, she should be penalized.
True.
She should be made an example out of.
True. But
And
there's been examples made before her.
we're talking about her right now. We're not talking
Okay.
about nobody else. We're talking about her. Let's
Okay.
focus on her
Okay.
because everybody want to say, well, she shouldn't be penalized. You test with marijuana in your system, which you're not supposed to be having that in your system. Period.
Right.
Some think it's legal, but it's only legal in the state, not the federal. That's a whole nother story.
Right.
I guess but the whole point is, people feel like they're picking on her because they're saying this, she's a black woman. They're picking on her because they're not going to let her run. And I'm saying they're pretty lenient because a 30-day, what you call that, a suspension,
Right.
that's light.
Some people got 6 months.
Right. Michael Phelps got 6 months. So
Yeah.
she got 30 days, and people feel like they should be boycotting.
Listen, man, it's so tense right now in this country right now. It's so tense, man. They relate everything to race, man. The poor black girl. And you know how I feel about black women. I love black women. But she made the choice. She made that choice. She knew if I take the red pill, this is going to happen. And if I take the blue pill, this is going to happen. And she had a decision to make.
A dumb decision. I think she made a dumb decision. I think she should be penalized. However, I'm very impressed by her on a crossover. You're like, how am I impressed?
Mm-hmm.
You know how I'm impressed? Because she's smoking weed and running that fast. Like who smokes weed and runs that fast? I thought weed slows you down. I think she's going to set another precedent. This should be a company right now sponsor them CBD companies, weed
Right.
companies.
Right.
Somebody need to sponsor her right now. She need to get her own distillery because you're running that fast, breaking records, smoking weed.
Hey,
I think her weed is different. I don't think she had the regular weed. She must have had some different kind of weed.
to get to this point, she really had to prioritize, and she had to be extremely disciplined. So I just don't see how she made that mistake.
I
bro.
think she smoked weed her whole entire track career.
Don't say that out here, bro.
I do. I feel like she smoked weed. Listen,
No,
because
man.
I feel like she smoked weed her whole entire track career. She was a 420 weed smoker fan, right? And now it's like, listen, she can test it right after the run,
Right.
in the Olympics. And they're
Right.
like, you got weed in your system. She like, listen, I've been smoking weed. Like, I think that's what I think happened. Because if it's something new, then it'd be a little different. I think she been a weed smoker. She's doing her thing, and she got caught.
I mean,
She can't lay off the weed, man. And I think she's addicted to weed. Whenever you get to that high of a level, and it's that much of a chance,
right.
you're addicted to weed if you can't stop.
Yeah, she got to be, because she stands to lose too much.
Right.
She stands to lose entirely.
So she
too
probably
much.
smoked the night before.
I don't know
She
when
probably
she
smoking
smoked,
right
bro.
now. Talking about, I can't believe they fired. They ain't gonna let me run. They be like, listen, they not gonna let me run. I'm gonna smoke my weed.
Ah, man, she should I feel like she should have laid off that though.
Right.
I really think she should have laid off that, man. Because you're talking endorsements. You're talking her life.
She lost. Listen, Nike said they're gonna stand by her. Nike said, hey, listen, even though he said, listen, we're gonna stand by you. So she didn't lose Nike.
That's because they trying to put that Gorilla Glue sneaker out.
I don't understand that.
You don't know what Gorilla Glue is?
I understand you talking about the sneaker.
Yeah, that's why they standing by her.
They standing by
The
her
fact
because
that she smoked weed, and they gonna put a sneaker out named after weed. It's a good marketing strategy.
I think she's gonna own her own weed distillery, dispensary, or whatever you call those things. But she's gonna be owning those. She's gonna have a whole farm with weed and a bush of weed. But so here's the positive side of all of this.
All right.
Of the weed smoker speed demon, you want to call
There's
her.
a positive side to this.
Yeah, she's a weed demon. She's a weed smoker speed demon. The positive side of all of this is that her suspension is only 30 days.
That's good.
And she's going to miss the 100-meter.
But she's gonna run. She's gonna be in the
Yep, she's going to make the 4 reach. She's going to make it into the relays.
the relays.
So she's going to be just in time to run in the relays. Her suspension is up. So how are you upset about the rules if they're going to still let her run in the Olympics? You see that? And you know she's going to be high.
Yeah, that's
you know
true.
what I mean? But she probably, she it takes 30 days to get out the system, so they said. So
Right.
So do you think it's fair now that she be able to do the 4x1 relay?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think it's more than fair.
Okay.
I think she, she made out. She's blessed. It could be worse. Could be worse.
But I think she's gonna be a bad influence on a lot of the track and field up and coming stars. And they're gonna be smoking weed like she did it.
No, that's not gonna happen, bro.
You kidding me? They looking at her like, listen, if she's smoking weed,
Some people
it'll be
serious
like-
about
it'll be
their like-
career,
career, bro.
and you don't think Sha'carri Richardson is serious about her career?
No, I just think she gifted.
She's 5'1" and probably the faster than everybody.
She
and
gifted.
The shortest.
She's gifted.
Oh, she's gifted. So everybody can't smoke weed and get away with that. You should say.
I mean, if they testing, I don't see how you're gonna get away with it. But hey, she's smoking. Go get the chronic tape, make it happen.
So do you think? Now this is funny
And what's that?
because weren't we letting people out of jail because they had marijuana charges?
I remember Nas and them. They was talking about that. That the people that they were saying that they should be set free.
Right. So if weed is legal or not legal, shouldn't weed be taken out of the Olympic list of things not to have in your system?
Yeah, that's true.
I think that needs to happen, right?
Yeah,
Because
that's
we
true.
got it legal in some places. So I think everybody should be able to smoke weed in the Olympics.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I believe that.
As crazy
I mean,
as that sounds.
when you think about it, they legalized it, right? So it's no longer
on the
illegal.
state, you got to say it on the state, not the federal. It's legal on the state, but not legal on the federal. That's the twist right now.
So they friends can make money. I mean, I understand.
Right. So
I
think you think they should take that out the whole thing and say, hey, you're allowed to smoke weed.
Yeah, leave people alone with the weed, man. Like, come on, man. We all stressed out, man. We all stressed out.
You think
leave people alone?
You think people smoke marijuana?
The weed. Huh?
You think people smoke marijuana because they stressed or because they just like to smoke it?
Because they stressed. I think more people smoke it because they stressed. I mean, people like to smoke it, because it get them high. But some people just need that, they need to feel relaxed. They need that mellow feeling.
I go to the gym and get that mellow feeling. That's what I get. The gym is my weed.
You smoke them weights. Yeah. Smoke them weights.
Hey, you be doing your thing too.
Man, I'm trying, bro.
You be doing your thing too.
I'm trying.
So
I'm gonna keep it pushing. I'm gonna keep going. I'm invested in this mountain bike. You
still talking about this mountain bike?
Man, once I get the bike, it's over.
Listen, I'm be laughing.
I don't care.
I'm be laughing.
Tired of driving. I'm ready to pedal.
You gonna have it for 3 days. You gonna be selling on eBay and Amazon in 3 days.
I'm ready to pedal, man. Pedal.
I mean, that's a good thing. Mm-hmm. That's a good thing.
Yeah, get that cardio in.
The cardio?
Get that cardio in, bro.
That's good, man. I'm proud of you, man. Proud of you getting your cardio in. So here's something crazy. Now I got to come up with something crazy. Mm-hmm. So did you hear about? There was a sex cult,
right?
Add that to the list, right? The
right.
sex cult,
right?
And the TV show Smallville, right? That was the show I guess where Superman or somebody was from,
right?
And so the lady there,
right.
the actress in there, she was caught up in a sex cult,
right?
With the company called Nexium,
right?
A few years ago,
right?
And she just pleaded and got 3 years and 3 year probation. Yes, but here's the thing. She wasn't the head, though.
But she was still involved.
The head was a guy named, I think it was Keith Rainier or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
He got 160 years.
Oof.
She was his accomplice. They said she was his pimp.
Well, she did some snitching then. And she only got 3 years. She gave up some tapes.
I don't know what she gave up.
Think about it. He got a bean 60. And she got 3 years.
Yeah.
The math ain't adding up.
I don't know about the. Well, they came and got her later anyway. But here's the thing.
But she had involvement. She was an accomplice.
Listen, she was helping manipulating the girls to get branded of his initials over their pubic area. So all those girls that was part of the sex cult was getting branded over their pubic area.
So they was branding the cookie?
Up above the cookie.
Dang, bro.
He was pretty much claiming it like it was his.
Wow.
And Nexium was a very popular company once upon a time as far as the multi-level marketing businesses.
Wow.
So people were going to sign up for multi-level marketing. They were screening and filtering out people.
Right.
And trying to see who or what would be a good fit. And they recruit them and they kind of brainwash them to be a certain kind of way.
Right.
And they had a whole system. And the feds investigated and finally brought it down. So can you imagine somebody going to a multi-level marketing meeting and then get caught up in a sex cult?
That don't make no sense, bro.
They have all kind of ways to do it. I think that's crazy.
So did they come in and they locked him up on the spot? They came up in the corporation and got him? Or
listen,
they caught him on the street?
They came and locked him up.
While he was thinking life was all good.
Oh, yeah. His lawyers, he's still behind bars now trying to negotiate and navigate the whole company that's been over.
Yeah, he probably got a boat and everything, man.
Yeah, a boat in jail.
Yacht and all that. Yeah, I mean, he probably was living good, bro, and it's all over. He probably didn't wake up that morning thinking that was going to happen. And then like that, instant, it's over.
Right, but how do you feel about the sex cults in America? Like, what do you think about that? Like, I think it's scary because she's an actress on a popular show. See, that's the thing about it. They use her to recruit. She was an actress.
She should have got way more than 3 years, bro.
Well,
she was a recruit.
One of the recruits.
Come on.
One of the recruits.
I mean, that's a serious thing, man. Human trafficking is a serious thing. I mean, they messed them girls up, man. Them girls be messed up mentally
That's my whole point.
and physically. Like, you murdering a human being slowly, though. But you're doing it slowly.
Right.
Man, it's horrible what they do to them, man. Hey, I remember they caught some traffickers in the hood. They gave them the business.
I don't know what that means. Let's break that down in Lateef Billions language.
Just
What is
saying.
it? What they caught some
They
traffickers.
caught some traffickers trying to
How
take
do
a little girl and put her in the van.
Right.
They caught both of them, and they beat the monkey bull. Like, they literally was just beating them up until the police got there.
Oh, that happened in Philadelphia.
I don't think that happened in Philly.
Where'd that happen?
I'm not sure. Probably Chicago or something.
Oh,
like
okay. So it was something that happened. It was on the news.
Yeah, man. Like, look, man. Them boys was on the ground. They had all these hickeys on their head, bro. They was leaking. I mean, I know they was happy to see the police. Even though they know they was going to jail, the police couldn't have got there soon enough. I mean, people was taking turns. Mind you, they in the grass like this, and people was just taking turns.
So you saw the video.
I mean, I felt like I knew what they was doing, but I felt like enough is enough. Because it was just, I mean, they just, look, they had so many lumps on their head, bro. But they deserve that. And listen, when they get to jail, I guess that's going to be the next level. Because they was trying to grab a little girl, so.
So do you think human sex traffickers should die?
Yes.
Okay, then why should you say enough is enough then?
I'm just saying, man.
You didn't want to watch it. You just wanted.
It just got to the point where it was too much. Like, it was like, I mean, they was catching them, bro. I mean, they was catching. I was like, dang. Whew. But hey, I knew what they did, so I couldn't feel but so much sorry for them. You know?
All right, so
yeah.
That's a little negative. I guess I got to bring it back positive. So let's talk about the holiday that you probably didn't call a holiday. Independence Day, 4th of July. What did you What did you do on the 4th of July? Do you feel like it's a holiday? Do you feel like it should still be celebrated? What do you think about it?
Man, listen, I wasn't really thinking about the 4th. Like, I had no plans. I mean, I had invitations. People wanted me to come through. But I was dealing with something. And it wasn't a very good 4th for me.
Okay, well, sorry to hear that. So outside of you dealing with things, do you agree with the concept of the 4th of July? Should still, do you still think it should be celebrated? You think it should not be celebrated?
But independence for who?
America.
Oh.
Independence Day.
Independence for America.
America.
Yeah.
You can say America, any part of America, whatever America.
I think the best part is the fireworks.
Ooh, I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah.
I'm going to touch on the fireworks in a second. It's not going to be good, but I'm going to touch on that.
I think the fireworks, because for the first time, one 4th, I was out in the park with some friends, and I got to see how people that's really into them fireworks,
right,
how they get down. And it was I was like, okay, I see. Because it'd be like a competition thing. And they start off slow, and then they bring out the dynamite and the hand grenades,
Well,
air-to-air surface missile.
I still think Independence Day should still be celebrated no matter what.
Okay.
I celebrate all holidays anyway.
Right.
I don't care what. I think you got to be a racist not to celebrate a holiday and take a day off of work.
What?
If you not to celebrate a holiday, you say, I don't celebrate this holiday because, listen, something's wrong with you. Because it's a day off of work. It's a holiday. I'm celebrating. And it's food. I'm celebrating.
You're a racist because you don't want to take the day off and eat?
Right. You're like, listen, I'm not going to celebrate this day. It's a holiday. Why you not going to celebrate it?
Right.
So I'm saying if you won't take a day off of work, you got a problem.
Right.
I'm taking all those days.
Right.
And I'm taking all the food.
Of course you would.
Yeah, so Independence Day, I think, should still be celebrated.
Of course you eating all the
food. It should be added to the list of things we celebrate. If you live here in America, you should celebrate Independence Day. If you don't want to celebrate, I think you should go move. Go live somewhere else. Because you can't not celebrate the place where you live.
Right.
independence.
Right.
That's contradicting your own self.
Right.
Why are you here if you're not
Right.
going to celebrate it? That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
Because they don't celebrate that in Russia. They don't celebrate that. Like, if you call somebody now in Pakistan or Russia
Right.
on 4th of July,
Right.
they're not celebrating what we're celebrating.
Right.
Because that's not their day.
I mean, some people really into that. I mean,
You know what I'm saying? Overseas, they don't have that same day.
Right.
That's our day.
I understand. I understand.
Right.
But like I said, some people really more into it than others.
Right. And some say the
Yeah.
slaves this, the slaves that. I'm like, listen, do you know that the slaves celebrated all the holidays too?
Oh, yeah.
That's when they went to go see their families and things like that. So they celebrated just as well.
And came up with all that soul food and meals from scratch.
Figured it all out.
Some of the biggest marketing right now.
Figured it out. Now, but as far as the fireworks,
Mhm.
have you heard of anybody dying from fireworks?
I heard of people losing hands and
I
fingers.
heard of that. So for the first time I heard we lost somebody that was really important in the NHL, in the hockey league. He's one of the goalies from one of the Columbus teams. And he was
Columbus Blue Jackets.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. Columbus Blue Jackets.
Yeah.
And he was in a hot tub with friends celebrating. This
Mhm.
guy might have been 22 or 24. One of
Right.
those days. He was young.
Right.
And somebody had like some kind of firework, like a cannon cannon.
Right.
And whatever it did, it shot him in the chest. And it shot him in the chest. And when the paramedics came, everybody came, he died.
What were they holding it the wrong way?
I want to say rest in peace to him and his family, though, of course.
Right.
Definitely.
Maybe somebody was holding it the wrong way.
No, at him. It must have shot at him by mistake. That's
Man,
what
a
I'm saying.
mistake, man. You gotta be more careful than that,
How
man.
could you be careful with fireworks?
Because it's on the warning label.
But no, what I'm saying, do you realize when you have fireworks,
Yeah.
right? When you light it, it does what it does, whether it's a jumping jack.
That's
whether
why I
it's
get far, bro.
right.
I get far. I need that long stem.
But he was far.
I
he
need
was,
like at least 30 minutes.
he was in the hot tub. He was far. It shot at him. It went his direction.
So it was a freak accident.
Freak accident.
Banged him in the chest
Banged him in the chest.
and killed him.
Yes, rest in peace. He's dead now.
Wow. Young goaltender, man. I'm going to look him up.
I think his name is. I think you know me. I got the name. His name, I think it was like Michael or something. I don't know. Screw that up, right? So forget that. I thought I had the name.
It's
But
not good.
but the whole thing is. So do you think? Now here's the interesting part. Do you think the person that held it and shot him should be charged for murder?
No. That person, don't you think that person messed up? If he a friend and he around family and friends and that happened because of him, look, man, he grieving right now.
Yeah.
He feel bad. Trust me, he feel bad, man.
But
It was an accident.
But people go to jail for accidental murders. That's an actual charge.
I mean, the family probably mad and like feel like they're getting justice and want justice, and they probably hate the guy. But you gotta really think about it and say it was a mistake. It was a mistake.
So if that was your family, you're not going to press charges. You don't think nobody should press charges?
No. Am I be mad? Am I upset? Am I going to be grieving? Am I going to be in a lot of pain? Yes. But if I got, depending on who I have around me, if I'm around family and friends, I know for a fact that person did not mean to do that.
All right, so let's spin that scenario.
Right.
And let's just say, well, he was in the car driving, and the goalie was in the passenger side, and he got in an accident and killed him in the car accident. Do you think that's the same thing? Do you think
Was they drunk driving?
I'm sure he was drunk with the fireworks.
Well, I mean, that's probably something different.
So I'm saying, do you think you should go to jail for?
If you got behind the wheel drunk and you murdered someone, yes, you should do time.
So is that different between having a firework in your hand doing drunk?
Yeah.
How is that different?
You're not driving a vehicle.
Okay.
It's not against the law to be drunk and hold fireworks. It's against the law to get behind the wheel of a vehicle when you're intoxicated.
I like that point. So you're saying the person that's drunk should go to jail for killing their best friend in a car accident,
Yes.
even though it's their best friend.
Got to do some time for that, especially you was drinking. You wasn't even supposed to be behind the wheel. If you never got behind the wheel drunk, it probably never would have happened.
So what if you wasn't drunk and you got in a car accident off a cliff and you killed your best friend in the car
And
accident.
it was an accident?
Accident.
As long as there's no alcohol in your blood, you good.
So
you ain't going to jail.
So you're saying as long as no alcohol, it's fine.
It's fine.
So what about if a child finds a gun in the house and kills themselves? And yeah.
Are the owner of the gun going to have to do time?
Do you realize you have different scenarios for everything? So you're saying it's okay to kill people under these circumstances?
I'm just saying, like,
accidental circumstances.
You're talking about children now. You're talking about children.
Right.
You're going to leave a firearm, a loaded firearm, around children?
Right. So somehow they found it.
They should have never found it. First of all, it should be locked up and it should
Right.
be put away where they can't reach it or get to it, or you should have it in the box with the lock.
I totally agree.
Yeah, come on, man.
I totally agree.
That's horrible, bro.
It's horrible.
It's horrible, bro.
Well, listen, man. You got some music for us today?
I got some music, man.
All right, you gonna give us some good stuff?
I got something for the ladies, man. That's out there looking for attention for all the wrong reasons. man.
It's going down?
It's going down, man.
Let's see what
Attention for all the wrong reasons.
Let's see what you got for us. Let's see what you got for
Let's
us.
plug into the Matrix. By the way, this track is by Young Billions. It's the Lazy Kid. Attention. YB, Young Billions, lazy kid.
It was hot. Shout out to Lazy Kid. It was hot.
And the women looking for attention in all the wrong places.
That was mellow. Now, you know what I got to touch now, right? You know what I got to put my finger on this. You know what I got to touch? You know what I got to touch? America, you know what I have to touch right now? It is that time to talk about the most controversial thing going on in America right now.
Let's talk about it, bro.
We got to talk about Hey.
It's fat hours.
So what's going on? This whole Bill Cosby thing. You know what? Before I even dig in, because you know I'm a dig in.
Right.
Let me get your opinion first, because you know I'm a dig on this one. I'm gonna go like this.
So it went to the highest in the nation to get it done.
To get it done.
The highest in the nation, and the highest in the nation said, "You have no evidence. There's no evidence."
Correct. Correct. Listen, I love when it comes to law and legality and things like that.
Right.
Because we pick and find a time to say when the law has been justified and not has been justified, which makes me laugh.
Right.
You know, because if you understand, this thing started way back in 2004. Right?
Right.
With the Andrea Constantine chick.
Right.
You know, they had their situation or whatever.
Right.
She's part of Temple University, whatever.
Right.
You know, and the DA, actually in 2005,
right,
he was like, look, there's not enough evidence to put this man in jail or convict him. And he says, you know what? We done with this situation. Some things he talked about and admitted to, they was able to facilitate a civil suit, whatever. She had a choice to say, hey, you know what? Take it to trial or take $3 million. Guess what she did?
She took $3 million.
She took $3 million.
Of course she did.
So do you think if it was really that serious, she gonna take $3 million?
See, Judge Brown busted wide open, man. Because these people ain't nothing but hypocrites.
Right.
When you're dealing with celebrities, you know what come along with that.
Right.
It's parties that we might walk up into and be like, nah, we good. Catch y'all later.
Right.
So you have a choice. So if you walk in the room and you see powder, and you see perks, and you see, purple with the cake, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you know what's going on.
Right.
You see the marijuana. You see, and more drugs. I can't name all the drugs because I'm not an addict, so I can't possibly name all the drugs that's out there. Right. But I'm pretty sure this table, they could fill a table. So it's up to you and use your mind and say, this just not for me. This atmosphere is not something I want to be involved with or a part of. Right. And then you need to leave.
Right. And so my disclaimer is, I don't want to offend anybody that has been sexually offended, who has been in a situation where they really have been a victim, because I'm not talking to you. You know what I mean? So we're not coming at them. So if it happened to people in real life, we understand. We're sorry for it. We're not coming at you. But in this case, the court says we're not going to, the DA says, okay, we're not going to try. The new DA comes in,
It's a real thin line.
The new DA comes in.
The line is so thin.
You know these DA's names? Mm-hmm. These DA's name was Bruce Castor, or Castor, maybe Castor or Castor, right? He was the first one. The other one was the Kevin Steele guy. Now he says, he's running. He says, okay, I'm going to put Cosby back on trial, right?
Right.
So he does this. This thing, it get all these people to come out and testify.
Right.
Now here's what I find interesting. When do you say somebody's lying about their testifying? Because
when the evidence ain't adding up,
right?
Or when
right?
When you saying something that's just not, the math is not right. Like,
right?
You said you did this, but how did you do this when you were here?
Right.
Or you said you picked this up, but how did you pick that up if you told us your hands was tied behind your back?
And remember, they caught Janice Dickinson, and they said she was a lie. She lied. So she came at Cosby and she lied. So that showed that some people are coming out in line.
I just don't. I call where he got convicted. I call that petty court. So I mean, I thought he had enough money to fight it, and that but somebody really wanted him badly. They wanted to make an example out of him for whatever reason. The evidence didn't matter. You know what I mean? It's that's the history of the United States.
Right.
Where if I'm a police officer, but I just don't like you.
Right.
And I don't care what you say. I don't care what witnesses you have. I'm going to make sure you get prosecuted because the prosecutor is my friend. I know him. I know the judge. And trust me, you're going to jail.
And we know those situations do happen in real life.
Yeah, they do.
So pretty much, they go to the highest Supreme Court, and they say, you know what? Conviction overturned. Free man, record clear. Why are people mad about that? If the court says overturn, why are people mad about that? Do you think it's
who's
problem?
Mad?
That's the thing.
It's always split. It's always split. Some people was mad at OJ, and some people weren't.
The only difference is it's not a white-black mad now. It's some women.
I didn't say anything about.
No, I'm just saying OJ was white and black.
But I didn't say anything about that.
No,
I'm
just
saying
saying.
Some people were mad.
Right.
And some people weren't.
Right. But
in this case, a lot of people weren't mad, and some were.
Right.
You're always going to have them. You're always going to have the self-righteous. You're always going to have them. But see, self-righteous, they pick and choose what they want to be self-righteous about.
Right. So he got a 3 to 10 sentence, and he almost did 3.
Listen, man, let that man, I don't know if you've seen him or not.
But he's about to sue.
But he's heading to the upper room.
I give him 10 more years.
Upper room?
I give him 10 more years at least.
I'm busting there singing.
He going to be.
In the upper room.
I think now that he's out,
right,
he's going to get special treatment, oxygen treatment. I think he's going to be all right for a few years. A lot of family and support and fans. But
that broke him down, though. That really broke him down.
But here's what I also want to say.
What?
I feel as though there's
he's
a lot of...
not to cut you off, he's going to have a lot to say. Wait till they get him to where he could talk. Bill going, man, look. He going to have a lot to say, bro.
Well, he can actually sue the actual, the court system now, so they said. But no, so...
Oh, I know where that court is, too.
Right. But this is
Coshahawk.
I mean, just in period. Because, and they got to give him back his money. Everybody took that...
Temple...
they have to give him back his money.
Y'all gonna have to back that Brinks truck up, bro.
He has a lot of, now he can sue.
But you ever think about how people turn on you when you get in that type of situation? I mean, turn coat.
I don't think.
Just turn on you.
I don't think it's about turning, because in that situation, if you find out that your man did something to a woman that you don't stand for,
right.
You're not turning on him. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, if it looks like a duck, we always say it, right? Then it's and if it's quack, it's a duck.
Right.
So in his situation, it seemed like it's a duck.
Right.
Until it went to the Supreme.
Right.
But my point is that I feel like it was an industry type situation going on.
Right.
And I feel like when you have things that are going on in the industry,
right,
and you try to bring it to the mainstream,
right,
it's not going to make sense, because every person that came up to testify against him was pretty much in the industry. They want their career to go somewhere. So we don't know what happened in the room, what agreement was made for them, whatever situation that happened. But all of a sudden, things didn't go where they wanted to go.
Right.
And then they coming at him, or came at him, should I say, right? And I feel like it got, because it was industry type stuff, not saying the industry is like, it's like this great place, but when you talking industry, it's a lot of behind the doors, like you ain't no parties and things. Things happen in the industry that doesn't really happen in your everyday life. And so a lot of times people put themselves on what they call a casting couch. So do you think people that put themselves on the casting couch should get sympathy?
What do you mean by that?
Casting couch is pretty much, let me be clear, I'm sorry. It's you're trying out to be even in a role. You're casting for audition for something. So you're like the couch is what they call it. You come out and you cast, you even act, and it's like you're actually trying to make a role, actually trying to further your career. So they call it the casting couch because you're putting yourself in a situation where you're auditioning, you're trying out to either get a major role or be a part of a role, whether it's a movie, a TV show, whatever it is.
So what are you saying about this couch?
So as far as the casting couch, these
Right.
women were part of the casting couch.
For what?
Their life. They wanted to. You understand? Bill Cosby was in a higher position that he can make a phone call and put you in a movie.
Right.
He can make a phone call, put you in his show.
Oh, wow. Okay. So these women was actually a part of this casting couch, right?
Right.
Did he give these two women an opportunity?
And there we go. It's more than two, but that's what it comes down to. We're talking about over 30 years. I think it was. There was the actual statute of limitation was passed. We don't know what happened. We weren't in the room. But do you feel sympathy for them putting themselves in that situation? Because they put themselves in that situation, wanted to gain leverage some kind of way.
So you saying they was on this couch, right? And they saw opportunity.
Right.
And they understood that this opportunity assisted of them, spending time with Bill?
That's the thing. We don't know. All we know is that they all come out and said they thought, like one lady said they came out, he had a robe, at 2 in the morning or something, came into the hotel room at 2 in the morning. So I'm like, well, you can cast for 2 o'clock in the morning. It's been done.
So he said, look, come cast for this role, right?
Now, I can't say those words, but she went to his room. So a lot of times they were in the presence of him. Is what I'm saying. So they're in the presence of him.
And a robe.
No, one incident was a robe.
Oh, okay.
I can't say every time was a robe.
Okay.
But I'm giving you an example is that these women are saying that they were trying out, they would want to meet him for some reason, meet up with him for some reason. And when they went to meet up with him, things ended up a certain kind of way that they didn't expect. Meaning they're saying they didn't expect. Now, this is later on when they went to testify. They said he did this and he did that. Meaning he put something in the drink or gave him that pill, whatever how they worded it. But they said things happened and they weren't feeling themselves. One lady said she had to take the elevator down and he paid for the taxi for her to get home. Like all these stories. But why are you coming to meet him?
At that time of morning.
Different hours. What was it? See, the point we didn't get, we don't know the conversation that took place that brought that happen. We don't know the conversation that happened.
Everybody, people know what it is, but people don't want to offend anybody. So you got to talk on glass. You know what I mean? So, but they know what it is. Hey, come on. You know what it is. And then he made sure you got home safely.
But here's the other take.
Probably put money in your pocket and pay for your ride home.
But here's the other take. What if we don't know if he did do anything. See, we're only saying he did something because they said he did something. That's what I'm getting at. See, and it goes to the courts. And when the first DA went to go prosecute, he said it's not enough evidence. So whatever happened on that, he said wasn't enough evidence. And now the Supreme Court said you can't do double conviction, do everything out. So do you realize that we're going off of what these women are saying about him? And we're taking his image about women are saying, but we don't know what actually happened. But we do know in the court of law.
But that's a 50-50 thing, though. That's
right.
50-50.
Right. We don't know what happened. We don't know if
you wasn't a fly on the wall, then
right.
You don't know how that went down.
And don't you
think?
But
why did they wait so long?
Exactly. We don't know.
It was cool breeze, and then out of nowhere.
They said they had to get enough courage to come up and talk about it.
Yeah, 20, 30, it took. Never mind. All right, I understand. I don't want to offend anybody, so
right. It's touchy.
You had to get enough courage up, and you finally got the courage up.
But but my other point is, if the court says you didn't do anything,
right,
and the court, which we know love to prosecute people,
right,
and they say innocent and overturn, why are people just can't accept that? Because we don't know the stories of what happened, of any of this stuff. Why can't people and understand? You know, they had him agree to, and some kind of it was like, it didn't say it was a sex charge per se.
Right.
But they said it was like a,
So you go to a drug party.
No, I can't say it's a drug party all the time. I'm just saying, whatever happened is we're done.
I'm just making an assumption. Like,
okay,
you go to a drug party,
right,
and say someone drugged you.
Nah, because back then they was just getting high, and that was the thing. Like the Quaaludes.
Or you jump in the swimming pool and you say, I got wet.
Yeah, pretty much. But
it's two sides to every story.
But don't you think that they have more evidence than you and I put together? That if they had something on him,
right,
they'd have him.
Oh yeah, he would be in jail right now.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, not
the Supreme Court would have. I can't listen. We can't say what happened or what didn't happen. Right. But what we can say is that there's no evidence of these accusations.
Yeah, that's my only point.
There's no evidence.
That's my only point. my only point is that I wasn't there, but I'm a guy that says whatever the court say. So when the court says he didn't do it, I'm saying, the court say he didn't do it.
Wow, that's deep.
You know what I mean? So, so he's innocent with no record. Clean record, overturned. So I got to go off of that. Right?
He's a major figure, man. He's a major figure.
Whether you want to assume it or not, I got to go over whatever the court say. The court say he's innocent, so I got to say he's innocent.
Bill Cosby was a father to a lot of people, man. A lot of kids. Right. He was a father to me.
Yeah.
I grew up on that.
He wasn't a father to me. He was definitely a TV father to me, though.
I don't mean father like
no,
that
some
personal.
people he was a father to. No, some people didn't have fathers in their lives, and they looked up to Bill Cosby.
I'm just saying,
I never looked up to him. I just enjoyed his entertainment.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, I had a great father in my life, so I can't even say that part.
But yeah, I know. Your dad. I know. Fish and grits.
You funny, man.
y'all two do have a great relationship, though.
Hey, but just to close this thing out, right?
What's that?
I was thinking about you the other day, and some of your ways.
And what's that?
I want to know, would you date somebody like you?
Bro, I can't even answer that question, man. You saying the female me?
No, you. Would you date somebody like you? If so.
So a female like me.
Right. Would you date somebody like you?
A female that.
You know how you are as a person. You know who you are.
Right.
And if you had to date somebody.
Right.
Just like you.
Right.
Would you date them?
Yeah. It'd be the best thing that ever happened to me.
Knowing
she'd be the best thing in my life, bro. God sent. I was just saying something to somebody the other day where I was like, if you my woman, right?
Right.
You don't get no time off. You know what I'm saying? Like spoiling me, right?
Right.
And let me try to clean it up. And being on my ratchet, you got to be on my ratchet 24 hours a day for the rest of your life. It ain't no vacation. You don't get to take time off. It's your career. Your career is to love me, worship me, and,
Worship you, though?
Worship me.
See, I think that's the problem comes in. So do you think you're going to worship her?
Of course.
So you got to worship each other.
Yeah.
You got to say that to make it clear.
Because it's a career, man.
It makes it sound like you
people
said
want
you.
People want to be like, I'm in love with you. And then they want to take time off from the love. You know what I'm saying? And the respect. Like, I just want this minute. Nah, you don't get no break. It's a career.
So do you think you're an easy person to deal with, as stubborn as you are?
Yeah, I do. I think
as stubborn as you are?
I'm smooth selling, bro. I'm smooth selling. You know what the problem is? I'm misunderstood. That's the problem. I'm misunderstood.
I think everybody misunderstands you.
Yeah, misunderstood. But I'm learning a lot about myself, though. I'm learning that I'm strong. You know what I mean? And I'm also learning that, I'm a man. I'm 100% pure all the way through. You know what I'm saying? Man, bro. Man. Dingo.
I don't believe you would date somebody like you, but I guess I guess you had to say it to make it sound good. I know for a fact you would date nobody like you.
Oh, man. Now you taking shots.
I didn't take
We
a
just
shot.
talked shots last week.
I didn't take. It was a week before last.
You just double Henny on me, bro.
It was
Double Henny on me.
It wasn't a shot. It wasn't. All right, you know what? I'm gonna just slide
Why
off
would
of
you
that.
say that, though?
Why?
Why would you put that out there
deal with you every
into the air?
No, it's not. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
Making it sound bad, bro.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I'm just saying, just different options.
If people know what I dealt with on an everyday basis and still
Right.
had to keep this face, whew, bro, steep, man.
All right.
And
So
it never stopped.
all right. So I'm gonna come off for you then. My bad.
You got a minute. You got to come on to yourself. Go ahead. Get them announcements out.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen. We want to thank y'all for tuning in the Billionaire Radio. You know, the billions in there. We always got to, oh, yeah, you can also find us on YouTube.
Yep.
Find us on Instagram.
Billions, where
Find us
everything
on-
is
Right.
billions.
We got to thank our
It's over,
sponsor.
bro.
Thank our sponsor. Outfit
You
for
can't
you.
thank nobody.
Listen.
You're not on the air. Look at the camera. You kept talking, man.
You funny, man. I'm glad you got jokes.
It's over, man. It's over.
Why don't you cut me off in the middle of me talking? Because the music ain't come on yet, man. That's
Oh,
cool.
I didn't know.
That's disrespectful.
I'm looking
man.
at that joint say 2 o'clock.
In the middle of thanking the sponsors, you cut
All right,
me
good.
off.
Try. Keep on going.
I can't get I mean, listen, thank our sponsors. Michael Keenan, we thank you. Next time I write something down, you told me not to, I'm gonna write it down anyway. You know, but we thank you. All right.
All right. We out.